Hey guys, GWS here. Here to announce my final video on YouTube, or at least I hope. Um, the reason is a couple days ago I ran into a situation on Twitter and I just pretty much had enough. Of course, I was debating people responding to Donald Trump, like responding to Donald Trump talking about Barbara Bush and just people throwing out just the most toxic, disgusting remarks toward Trump, images and everything. And so I just decided, I'm going to start adding these people and just kind of calling them out. And so I got into a few debates and I used the term welfare queen to respond to somebody. And okay, it's not the most constructive way to talk to somebody. I agree. And really, it's like, in one sense, I should know better, but in another sense, it's like you got people who they're pretty much trying to character assassinate. They don't have any intellectual integrity. They don't have any desire to learn about the other side. It's just a smear war. So it's like I feel like the right wing kind of has to take a little bit better of a stand. So it's like, I'm doing that. I said welfare queen. And then instantly, Twitter's automated system, apparently detecting I used the term welfare queen, instantly flagged me for violation and now is locking my account until I provide contact information. Which, am I going to provide that? No. Especially after the Facebook stuff, which is another thing. Um, and so this is what's pretty much led me to this. I don't know what this is gonna do. I don't even get views on YouTube, so it's like, if I get like 5 views per video, quite frankly, I just don't give a damn because I'm done with it. I'm done with the tech companies basically conspiring on a single narrative. Facebook just did it again too. They removed somebody else. I can't remember who it was. They did the thing with the the two black girls. What are their names? Something and Spice. I can't remember. I can my mind's blank on it. But yeah, two just innocent, normal looking girls that just happen to have a big following, and they just get removed, just like that. Then you got Milo getting banned. You have all the Twitter shadow bans. I've been shadow banned about 1 million times. I think I've talked about that in the past. Um, and just I'm just sick and tired of political views, particularly conservative views, being censored. In YouTube's case, YouTube is really um, the least guilty, believe it or not, because of one thing. Is I think YouTube sees the dollar signs on Twitch, and so what they're doing is they're just trying to get out of politics altogether. Because YouTube, Google, they see the money in gaming, and that's where they want their video platform to go. Because um, I think with the politics, they're just tired of advertiser boycotts. They're already losing money. So what they're trying to do is they strip their partnership program. Now, smaller channels like myself, I never cashed out to begin with, but I was a YouTube partner, so you know, I have something I can cash out whenever, but I've just never done so. But now there's just no hope of doing that, or no hope of contributing any more um, dollars and cents to that. So all the small channels are pretty much gone. And the political channels, like even Pac-Man, like even Kyle Kalinske, TYT, a lot of channels are being hit with the adpocalypse. But the adpocalypse is impacting people disproportionately because you don't see like a reduction in PewDiePie's content. He's still releasing stuff every day. Like every day he's doing stuff, and they're just trying to go in a different direction. They don't I just don't think they want to offend anybody is like the YouTube components thing, which really with Google, it's like it's going to come to YouTube eventually. Because here's another story. Like I work as a transcriber, right? Like part of my work is transcribing audio for various employers. Um, and I work for a specific company, and I'm trying to get on a particular Reddit, and this Reddit is what I need for my work. You know, I have to have access to this. And for the past since I've been working there, I've been able to use the same thing over and over again, the same search query, and get to that Reddit. But I can't do it anymore. Why? Because the search query that I use now all of a sudden leads to all the mass media websites like MSNBC, CNN, all that. And it's like I scroll down, down, down and go page after page. I can't see it because I just see all these news articles relating. And it's one of the few times where I just literally screamed at my mom because I can't do my job. So and then by some miracle, I was able to find some search query that did work, um, that put it halfway down the first page, thank God, and I had to actually save the page. So it's coming to Google too, where Google is now starting to, in their algorithm, prefer mainstream media outlets because it's no longer about trending. And this same thing on Twitter. You'll see the Twitter stuff. YouTube's already admitted to it. You have Project Veritas already exposing that. And just to the Veritas doubters out there, let me just say this. Video evidence is everything. Okay? I don't give a damn about your narrative about James O'Keefe, whatever. Um, Here's what I care about. Evidence. And the video evidence, even no matter how you try to dice it up, take it out of context, whatever, the evidence says what it says. And in YouTube's case, they have plainly said that they put the videos on a video, or they, yeah, like the search results for the videos, they said on a news roulette. And it's just the mainstream media outlets, and they said that they purposefully put stuff like Alex Jones on second and third page, which I'm no fan of Alex Jones. Don't get me wrong. But Alex Jones is far and wide the most popular mainstream talk radio host out there, bar none. So if he's trending, a legitimate place will have him trending. And then this brings me to this. It's just, even though it hasn't quite reached YouTube yet in terms of the biases, like I said, they just see the dollar signs in the gaming market right now. Although they do censor more conservatives, I believe. But it doesn't even matter because I'm done with those mainstream tech companies. So I'm starting to go with the the anti-tech companies, I guess they're called now, and Gab is one of them. Gab is a Twitter replacement, and it's probably the best one there is. I used Minds.com. Minds.com is okay, but I don't feel like it has as great of discussion, or as timely of discussion. Like, right now I could type something, and it's like, people are going to see it immediately and respond to it. And that you need that kind of critical mass of popularity. And that's what Gab has. Now, of course, there's no Twitter. Like, you're not going to see like 20 posts per minute on a topic, but if you click on stuff like this, you'll get stuff 2 minutes, 5 minutes. There's an active um, reel of content. And this is of course David Hogg. um, and a lot of these are going to be right leaning, but like the site is built on free speech, and this is where a lot of right wingers are going because they are afraid, and rightfully so. It's like when you get something that happens to me on Twitter, it's like, yeah, I can make another Twitter account and go back, but what's the point? Like, I'm not going to be able to engage in any kind of discussion, any kind of meaningful discussion, because the rules of the rules of Twitter differ depending on which side of the aisle you're on and which side you're arguing for. Same goes for Facebook too. And that's why I like this. Like, I'd rather have a diversity of opinions, but free speech is important to me. Like, if I can't feel like I can say what I want, and if people don't like me, what I have to say, just be able to block me, then it's like, what am I going to do? And on YouTube, it used to be like that. On Twitter, it used to be like that. I could go, I could feel free. I could sling the mud if I wanted to, or I could have a constructive argument. Sometimes both at the same time, sometimes both 2 minutes apart. That's just how internet discussions work. So, and now you can't do it. They've taken it out. And so, all my future videos are going up here. I don't know their upload policy or any of that yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Um, but if nothing else, um, this is just more to alert those listening to me that I do have an interest in these anti-tech startups. You know, one thing I do like about this better is that um, I like the fact that this is sorted by categories. Like you got politics and stuff like that. Now, the thing that I would like, and that basically screams from this, is the ability to look at a series of trending topics from a particular category. Like we're instead of having these top topics right here, which you can have this, I would prefer um, if like you could just sort by one category, by their set number of categories. Because, of course, funniest memes is always going to be number one. I'm not going to click on anything because, I'm not going to violate anything here. I'm still going to respect YouTube's terms while I'm uploading on their platform. But, you know, it just, I guess there's just one more thing to say. And it's deeply troubling to me and it bothers me. And this is like, it's exemplified on this website. And it's not anybody doing anything wrong by themselves. But here's what worries me. I worry that in the future, when these right wing platforms become more popular, these free speech, which is going to attract the right wingers, when they become more popular, what's going to happen is you're not even going to have debate on Twitter. You're not going to have debates like you could have on Twitter or on YouTube because um, eventually it's going to get to the point where the other side is just so intolerant that there can't be any constructive um, there can't be anything constructive said on the platform. And I'd like for this to remain free speech, but there's going to be a lot of right-wing platforms who don't remain free speech, and who are going to ban left-wingers because I see it locally. Like when I watch a live stream, I'll see people the opposite ideology of the moderators, whether they're left wing or right wing. they'll get banned. And I see it on both. I don't, and I just worry that, because right now, think about it, like left wingers and right wingers, we have different heroes, we have different intellectuals. Um, One side calls Noam Chomsky a washed up Marxist, the other calls him an intellectual dynamo. Um, and then you got, Bernie Sanders, one side loves him, the other side hates him. And like, you got different heroes, you have different cultures, different standards, different perspectives, different methods of thinking. And it's just like, right now, the ideologies, it's not just a disagreement on individual policies and what philosophy you're in. It's gotten to the point where we're just waving the banner of our party or our ideology. Like, Team Red for Republicans, Team Blue for Democrats. And, like, just waving the flag of whatever party you're a part of and denouncing everybody else. And, like, everything is growing so far apart that it's barely possible for people to live together. And it's going to result in violence eventually, because we have to live with each other, because it's just like, even if red states and blue states secede, which I do agree with an overall secession, I think that it can happen peacefully and in a mature manner. um, I do think we need to secede, or like a mutual secession kind of thing. Like, get both houses of Congress together and separate the country where, like, one side isn't um, completely derived of geography. Like, you give, like, half of the Pacific coast to the blue states, and then you give, like, the northern half to the red states. Um, and there's other ways you could do it too. Um, I don't think you want too much geographical fragmentation, but there's ways you can do it where it'll work. Um, but my point is, that's just my biggest fear. Like, even if we did that, is we would we there would still be clashes, there'd still be conflicts, because now you're talking about environmental regulations. One side won't be happy with the others. Like, the the blue states won't be happy about the red states lack of environmental regulations or whatever. You'll get stuff like that. So anyhow, this has gone on quite a bit, but this is my introduction to Gab. Hopefully, a long introduction. Hopefully, this company grows and it can grow its list of feature set and um, list of features. And I'm definitely going to put my investment into them. Um, and for YouTube, I hope that the mainstream tech companies start learning the value of actual free speech. I don't care if somebody, you're talking about the Daily Stormer, I don't care. Because you have to be able to let that speech in. And the same for advertisers. You know, shame on you if you think that free speech is like the wrong way to go. It's just ridiculous. But anyhow, that's my video, and I just figured I'd let everybody know. And thanks for listening, everybody, and God bless y'all.